Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sorry for the delay. Okay, we will start with Latif Fatihah for Abdurrahman bin Zain Habshi. Fatihah Abdurrahman bin Zain Habshi. والآخرة إلى حضرة النبي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم سل الفاتحة. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نويت التعلم وتعليم والتذكر وتذكير والنفع والانتفاع والإفادة والاستفادة والحث على التمسك بكتاب الله وسنة رسوله والدعاء إلى الهدى والدلالة على الخير ابتغاء وجه الله ومرضاته وقربه وثوابه آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. أما بعد. So we will continue with kitab Risalatul Jami'ah. We are at the chapter of fasting. We will pick up where we left. Where is it? So yeah, last one we talked about was the rulings on fasting, the ahkam. So we're going to continue with the condition of validity, the validity of fasting. So in order for the fast to be valid, you need some conditions to be met. Okay, the first one will be Islam. So hold on. So yeah, the first condition is Islam. So the one who fasts must be a Muslim. He must be a Muslim, and he cannot. He must be a Muslim for the entire period of fasting. That means from the sunset until sunrise. Sunrise till sunset. From Fajr to Maghrib. And he cannot be a non-Muslim for even a while. So that means if someone left Islam, murtad, for a while, then he came back the same day. He came back to Islam the same day. His fasting, his fast for that day is not valid. And same thing goes for non-Muslim. Any type of non-Muslim, his fast will not be valid. And his fast will not be valid. Second condition will be sane. He have to be sane and mumayyiz. Is defined as agil. He must be an agil will be mumayyiz. A mumayyiz will be an agil. فيشترط أن يكون عاقلا in the entire day. Same thing for the entire period of fasting. So if he become insane for a while, or he become hallucinated or drunk for a while, then we will talk about that later in the mubtilat, in the whatever that will break the fast. But for sanity, he have to be sane for the entire period of fasting. So he cannot be drunk or faint. He cannot faint or lose his mind. What is that? during the fasting. If he become insane for even a while in the time where he fasts, then his fast will not be valid. But if he become drunk for a while, or he fainted for a while, not the entire day. If entire day, then definitely his fast won't be valid. But if let's say for a few hours, or like half of the day, he fainted half the day, then that one we will discuss that in the later part in the Muqtila to Som, whatever that will invalidate the fast. The third one will be free from hate and nifas for women. For women, they have to be free from hate or nifas the entire period of fasting. That means from sunrise to sunset. If her hate or nifas comes at, let's say, 5 minutes before she break her fast, then the entire fast is not valid. Automatically the fast will be invalidated. Number 4, he should be aware of the validity to fast on the day. That means that on the day of fasting, he knows that this day is not prohibited. If he don't know, or he's not aware of the ahkam of when you can fast, when you cannot fast, then the fast on that day won't be valid. That means he have to ensure that day is permitted for him to fast. Who are obligated to fast in Ramadan? Is the next part of the topic. Who are obligated to fast in Ramadan? The first is a Muslim, not a non-Muslim or murtad, those who have left Islam, then it's not liable for them. It's not. They don't have to be. They are not obligated to fast. But that doesn't mean that they are not. What is that? There will not be punishment for them in the hereafter. There will be, but it's just that these people are not ordered to fast in dunya. That means the rule of fasting goes to the Muslims. If you're not Muslim, then is what is that? The Muslims cannot do anything to them. That means it's up to them. They are not obligated to fast. But in our perspective, they sin. They still get the sin, although they are not obligated to fast. So second condition is he have to be liable. That means he have to be sane and have reached puberty. That's what is this is called as taklif. Taklif is someone who have reached puberty and sane. He is not insane. He's not crazy or whatever, but and he must have reached puberty. If before that, then he's not what is that? The obligation of fasting doesn't apply to him. But children should be ordered to fast at the age of 7. 7, you train them to fast. You ask them to fast, encourage them to fast. But if they cannot, if they don't fast, we cannot be like too hard on them. That means we train them. The training starts at 7. You can train them earlier, but 7 is like is the maximum you can go, like without training. Let's say at 6, the child don't want to fast. It's up to him. 7, you have to start to train him to fast. But maybe he missed one day, 2 days, or he fast one day and don't fast the day after. So yeah, slowly you order them to fast, and by 10 they should be consistent in their fasting. If they refuse at the age of 10, you are the parents or those who are the caregivers can are allowed to hit them, are allowed to beat them, but of course not on the face and all this. That means light beating to make them aware that this is not something that we take lightly. So by 10, the fasting should be enforced on them, and beating can be used if necessary. Light beating can be used if necessary if the child refuse to fast, if they are capable. If they are not capable, like if they are sick or what is that? They have some issues. They like health issues. Then we cannot force them. Of course, even for adults, we cannot force. So, by 10 is the age that you have to use, like you have to enforce the fasting. 7, you start training. Okay, the third condition will be the person should be capable of bearing the fast. That means if he cannot, he's not capable of that, then the fasting is not obligatory for him. Not obligatory for one who will exhaust due to advance in years. It means like someone who is very old, 80 years old, 90 years old, or 100 years old, or even 70 with some illness, or some even young people. If they fast, um, if the person fasts, he will exhaust himself and endanger himself. Then this person is not obligatory for him to fast, but of course he have to pay fidya later. This we will go. We will talk on this when the part comes. So, and same goes for someone who have illness from which he is unlikely to recover. Like he have uh, diabetes or some illness where the doctor say you must hydrate yourself, and most likely he will have this illness until he die. So this is something, this kind of people, they don't even need to try to fast. But if it's just like a what is that, light sickness like fever and all this, if he can, he should fast, and he should he should start fasting, and if he cannot endure, then it's okay for him to break the fast in after midday or whatever time he feel necessary. But for the rest, they have no reason to break the fast. Okay, number 4 is the person is healthy. Not obligatory if fasting will worsen his sickness or delay his recovery, or cannot delay his medicine. Like let's say doctor says that, okay, you must take this medicine twice a day, once at noon and once at night, let's say. So the noon, he have to ask the doctor, can I skip the noon one? Can I push it to like after I break fast? Then if the doctor say no, you can't. If the doctor say can, then he have to fast. If the doctor say cannot, this will endanger your health or will worsen your sickness or will slow down your recovery. Then in this case, it's not obligatory for him to fast. He can skip the fasting. And the 5th one is a person who is not traveling. Once he is traveling, leaving town, he must leave town. Let's say if he doesn't, the condition is he should leave town before dawn is subjective. Okay, he have to leave town and at least 80 kilometers marhalatain. Some say 81.5, some ulama say 90, some ulama say 82, but the most like the mashhur one is 82. some say 87. So we can take minimal, I think is 80 kilometers. Well, how so they take it from the marhalatain and discussed in kitab, the figure books. So he must leave town and travel 82 kilometers away from the gate of the town, or the border of the town. That means, let's say if it's a big land, like he comes from a big town where end to end is like, let's say 300 kilometers, and he travel from his place to the other end, and it's like 100 kilometers or 150 kilometers, but he is not considered out of town yet, because it's the same land. Is If there is like a very big town, then this is not considered traveling. He must leave town. Let's say normally towns will have borders within them, like around them, and once they leave the town, they are considered out of town. Once they are out of town from the border, 82 kilometers away, they must travel 82 kilometers away at least. Then they can break the fast. They don't need to fast. But in order for them to skip the fast entirely, they have to leave before dawn, before the sunrise, before Fajr. They have to leave before Fajr or the night before. Then they don't even need to tabiyit. That means tabiyit to niyah. They don't need to make intention for fasting on that night for the next day. They don't need to make intention to fast the next day if they travel before Fajr. But if let's say they travel after Fajr, once they pray Fajr, then they leave town. In this case, the night before they must make intention to fast the following day. But they can carry on, and once they leave the town, and the intention is more than 82 kilometers or at least 82 kilometers, then along the way they can break the fast if they cannot they cannot endure, or even if it's very harsh on them, they can endure. They are capable of doing it, but they feel like discomfort, and like it's a mashagah, it's a lot of problematic, and it's a lot of hardship for them. Then they are allowed to break the fast along the way, but they must fast in the start, and they must make intention prior to that, the night before, because they are leaving after Fajr. But if they leave before Fajr, then no need to make the intention to fast, and they can continue as per normal. They travel, they are out of town. By the time Fajr, they are already out of town. They can not fast. They can don't fast. They can skip the fasting for that day until they reach the destination. Okay, the pillars or integrals of fasting. The first will be intention. There's only two actually. That's only two integrals of fasting. So intention differs. The timing differs, and some criteria differ between sunnah and a wajib fasting. Fasting that are wajib, like Ramadan and nadar, vow. If you make a vow, or qada Ramadan, you miss Ramadan, you miss how many days of Ramadan, you didn't fast, and you have to qada fard. So the first thing about wajib, when it's wajib to fast, then the intention must be made between sunset to Fajr. That means from the night before. That's what they call establish to niyah. They have to instill the niyah, make the niyah to fast the next day before Fajr and after Maghrib the day before, the night before. So that the timing is the sunset of the night before until before Fajr. Before Fajr, they must make the intention to fast the coming day. versus the for sunnah, it doesn't matter. We will go through that. We'll go through the wajib first. Okay. So from sunset to fajr, in between, before, after sunset, before fajr. That's the time they have to make the intention to fast. Then second thing is they need to specify the fasting. Are they fasting another or a qada or Ramadan? So they have to intention. Nama itu saum, nama itu saum apa? Nama itu saum Ramadan. Saum nadaran. So they have to specify nadar or Ramadan or qada fardu. So all this must be specified. And they cannot combine with other obligatory fast. For example, if they are fasting Ramadan, in Ramadan, you cannot combine with any other fast in Ramadan. If you're fasting in Ramadan, you cannot combine with any fardu, qada, or vow, or sunnah, like Monday, Tuesday, Monday, you used to fast Monday, Wednesday. In Ramadan, you cannot say I make intention to fast Ramadan and the day of Ramadan and Monday. Cannot. You can only specify for Ramadan. That's for Ramadan. But if other than Ramadan, let's say Sita Shawwal, some Sita Shawwal, you want to fast the 6 days of Shawwal, then you can make the intention for Sita Shawwal and Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, for example, or you have a qada. That one is different. And also, like, you cannot combine with other obligatory fast, means like you have a vow that you have vowed to fast, let's say a day in Ramadan, a day in Zulhijjah, you want to fast one day, you have vowed. So now it's fardu on you to fast that day, any day, because you didn't specify. If you specify, then you have to specifically fast that day. So let's say you have make intention to you have vowed to fast on a day in Dhul Hijjah. So you pick any day, you make intention to fast whatever I have vowed. So that means you repay, you execute your vow. But now you cannot combine with another. Let's say you have a qada Ramadan, you have one day. You cannot combine with this day where you fast for your vow, because you cannot combine any obligatory fast in one day. That means they have to be separated. But for sunnah, you can. So for sunnah, the timing for the intention to be made is from sunset the night before, same. The timing where the intention enters, the time enters is the same. But you can delay it until Zuhur, until Zawal, until Zuhur. After Zuhur, you cannot make intention to fast for the day after Zuhur. But let's say you wake up or the night before, you want to fast. Okay, an example would be like you woke up Fajr, you don't feel like fasting, so you have a nap, whatever. You wake up at 10 a.m. still before Zuhur, then there's no food, or you feel like fasting, then you can make intention to fast, because as long as it's before Zuhur. But if you wake up after Zuhur, then you want to fast, you cannot. That is not valid. For sunnah prayer, sunnah fast, you cannot exceed Zuhur. But and another criteria will be, another condition will be, if he want to make the intention after Fajr, for sunnah fast, he can do so even intentionally, but with the condition that he have not eaten or do anything that breaks the fast before he makes the intention. That means like the same scenario just now, he wakes up at 10 and he feel like he haven't made any intention to fast, and he drank water, let's say at 10. Then by 11 he say I want to fast. That won't do, because now he have did something that will actually break the fast if he had fasted. So but if let's say 10 o'clock he wake up and he did not do any, he didn't drink, he didn't eat, he didn't do anything that breaks the fast, anything that will break the fast, then he can make intention to fast as long as it's before zuhur. And there's an opinion where a scenario where he can actually make intention to fast even if he had, let's say, eaten. So that scenario will be like if he is like his routine is to fast, let's say Monday, Wednesday, or Monday, Thursday, or his routine is to fast every year in 10 of Dhul Hijjah, or 6 days, first 6 days of Shawwal. No, first 6 days cannot lah. But he have a routine of fasting. He fast the days that Ayamul Tashriq he cannot fast, right? Then Ayamul Tashriq cannot fast. I mean, okay, he have a routine of fasting. Let's say, make it easy. Okay, he got a routine of fasting Monday and Thursdays. So one day he wake up Monday and he forgot that it's a Monday. He ate as per normal. Then he realized that it's a Monday, I should be fasting. For this, then he can make intention to fast even if he have eaten, because for him special case, because he have a routine of doing a particular fasting routine. But this is an opinion of one. It's not really a strong opinion, and some ulama that say that it's best to Ibn Qasim. Ibn Qasim says his fasting is actually not valid if he do this. If he does this, it's not valid. So the best is to not do this. It's just for, there is an opinion of where you can fast this way. Okay, second point is there is no need to specify in the sunnah fasting. You no need to specify. You just say, I want to fast. I make intention to fast. You don't need to specify the fasting of sunnah for Monday, or fasting of sunnah of Monday and Thursdays, or sunnah, the fast of Nabi Dawood, or the fast of Sita Shawwal. But the mu'tamad is, if it's time related, then you need to specify, like the day of Arafah, or what is that, Sita Shawwal, all this. Sita Shawwal no, because it's a time related where you have to fast. You can fast specific days like day of Arafah, Muharram. All this you need to specify the niyah, the intention. But another opinion is that you still don't need to specify. You just need to make intention to fast. And you can combine. For sunnah fasting, you can combine with other fast. That means if it's a day of Arafah, you make intention to fast, and it's a Monday, you can make intention to fast for the day of Arafah, and also because it's a Monday, because you're doing the Monday and Thursdays. You can combine the intention. Same goes for the 6 days of Shawwal. And okay, second condition, second integral of fasting is you have to refrain from things that which break the fast. He should refrain doing it. He should refrain from doing things that which will break the fast intentionally, knowingly, without being threatened. So if he does it intentionally and knowingly that it will break the fast, then the fasting is not valid. Or if he is threatened, then it won't break the fast. That means if someone he is fasting, and someone put a knife on his throat and say, if you don't eat, I will kill you. So, and he forced this guy to eat. So this is being threatened. So in this case, his fasting won't break. That won't break the fast. Or the hakim, the judge, instruct him for his good to eat for whatever reason. Then that won't break the fast. Or he does something that breaks the fast unintentionally, then it won't break the fast. Okay, next is we go for the obligation to fast in Ramadan. It will be obligatory to fast in Ramadan with one of the following circumstances. Two circumstances will affect the masses once ordered by the Qadi. Another three will affect individuals. So this is about when you should start fasting in Ramadan. So that those that affect the masses will be completion of 30 days in month of Sha'ban. That means if there is, in the Hijri calendar, there is no more than 30 days a month. You cannot exceed 30 days, and you cannot have less than 29 days. So it's either 29 or 30 days in a month. So if it's 30 on 29, nobody sees the new moon, then it's considered still Sha'ban. 29 of Sha'ban, still nobody sees a new moon on the night, so they will continue with the 30th of Sha'ban. So once 30th Sha'ban, when the night comes, you cannot go for the next day of Sha'ban. That's the maximum. So this will affect the masses. That means there's no khilaf, it's confirmed that the next day will be Ramadan, that the night of Ramadan has came once Sha'ban completed 30 days. So even if nobody sees the new moon, so everybody have to fast. The masses means the everybody. So second one is accepted testimony of sighting of a new moon to the Qadi by an upright witness. So you just need one witness in this case. Normally witnesses, there are few types of witnesses actually. Shahadatul adl, shahadatul there are three types, three categories, but never mind, we won't go into that. So for the sighting of a new moon for Ramadan, you just need one upright witness. For other months, if they are debating, like let's say they are debating whether this is Muharram or not, then you have to have 2 witnesses. But for Ramadan, you just need one witness who is upright and see the new moon in wakefulness, and he must be a male, a free man, cannot be a slave, and he must be able to speak, hear, and see. Of course, see. Then he can he is not known for committing sins in general. That means even of course everybody commits sin, but he's not known to commit big sins, or in general he is known to be an upright, a proper person who doesn't commit sins outwardly, like in public. So that's what you call that's enough for him to, for the Qadi to accept his testimony. But it depends on the Qadi. He will do his interrogation or whatever due diligence to whether accept or reject the testimony. But once he accept, then everybody is obliged to fast. So according to Imam Nawawi, the message means that it will be obligatory for all the inhabitants of the town, of the same town, and those within the same horizon, where the sun's what is that? Sunrise and sunset, the same horizon, Once it's the same horizon, then you just need one witness, one upright witness with all the conditions met, accepted by the Qadi, the testimony accepted, and the Qadi make an announcement that they say that, okay, tomorrow is Ramadan, or tonight the Ramadan, a new moon has been sighted, and tomorrow is Ramadan. So in this case, Imam Nawawi say everybody, the inhabitants of the town, should fast, and also those within the same horizon. But Imam Rafi'i say it will be obligatory for the inhabitants of the town and others within 82 kilometers, like away from the town, from the border. 82 kilometers away is considered obligatory for them as well. Once this Qadi have gave out the ruling, then the next town, that means the next town which is not which is within 82 kilometers away, should also fast. So okay, next one is affecting individuals is one who have sighted the new moon with his own eyes. Even if he is a fasik, then it will be obligatory for him to fast because he saw the moon. Even if everybody says no, because he saw, and but he on the condition that he must know how to see the moon. It cannot be like any Tom, Dick, and Harry just see the moon and he don't know what he's doing. He must know what he is doing, and if he sees, he sighted the moon, the new moon, with his own eyes without using binoculars and all this. Some scholars disallow using all these binoculars and all the even spectacles, but the stronger opinion will be it's possible. The later scholars say it's actually good to use all this. But Hazal, even if he's a fasik and he saw the new moon, he must fast, but for him only. And second one is one who was informed of a new moon sighting by a reliable informer. If he's informed by an informer A comes to B and told B that I saw the moon, I saw the new moon, then now B must see this information comes from A, right? So he must see. The first is A reliable? If he's not reliable, if he is reliable, then B must take the words, and that means he must fast the next day. That means Ramadan has came, because the information came from a reliable informer. Even if B thinks that in his heart he feels that I cannot trust him, but this guy is a reliable informer, but B doesn't trust him. Doesn't make any difference actually. Uh, as long as he's reliable, his information is valid. So B must fast according to the information of A because he's reliable. But if the informer A is not reliable, then it will only be obligatory if B trusts the news. If not, then no. That means if A is known as not a reliable informer, but somehow B trusts, because in his heart he said, I think I really trust this news, and even though he's not reliable in transmitting information or whatever, but I trust whatever I heard. Then in this case, he must fast. So others who have not received the information from A does not have to fast. So it's only A and whoever he transmitted the news to, provided if he's a reliable informer. And if he's not a reliable informer, then it depends. Whoever trusts him will have to fast. Whoever don't, then don't. The third one is one who highly believe. He have a zon. He highly believe that Ramadan has entered by his due diligence, by his ijtihad, due to signs pointing towards that it's Ramadan. This will apply to those who like in prison, let's say, in prison, and there's nobody that will tell him that it's Ramadan, or he's in the desert but somehow lost or something. That means there is nobody who can tell him, and he cannot see the moon. So in this case, he will have to fast once he have the zon. He don't need the yakin. He don't need confirmation, but it's enough if he have zon. That means he's like very inclination to believe. An example would be like gunshots. You hear gunshots lighting up of certain towers, etc. When this has always been the practice of the inhabitants around the area. That means, let's say he's staying in this place, or let's say he's in a prison, and he can only have access to light from a small window which is very high. That means, let's say, and he cannot climb up to the window. He can see the light, let's say. So of course he cannot see the moon from where he is. And let's say the prison guards won't tell him, or they are non-Muslims or whatever, and he's alone, and he hear gunshots, which is like gunshots, like a signals for Ramadan. Let's say is a custom for the place to have gunshots when Ramadan comes. So in this case, he can start fasting. He have to fast. He have to start fasting, because once he have belief due to all these signs, then he have already that means he is already obligatory for him to fast. And for some places when Ramadan comes, there won't be news. There will be news, but best is by lighting up certain towers, like a mosque. Like in Tarim, when Ramadan, the first night of Ramadan, Masjid Al-Muhdar will be lighted up. It will be lighted. Then you know it's Ramadan. So you don't need to ask around like, oh, is tomorrow Ramadan or tomorrow still Sha'ban? You don't need, you just after Maghrib, you just take a look at Masjid Al-Muhdar. If it's lighted up, that means it's Ramadan. Something like that. And they will have like gunshots, like 3 boom boom boom, then it's a signal. These kind of things are signals to show that it's Ramadan. So like people who have no access to news and have access to these signals and believe the signal because he's familiar with the signals, then he have to fast. So that's it. We will stop here first. Then next we will continue, I think, on the whatever break the fast. So Allahu A'lam. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا انفعنا بما علمتنا ربي علمنا الذي ينفعنا ربي فقهنا وفقه أهلنا وقرابة لنا في ديننا مع أهل القدر وأنت وذكر ربي وفقنا وفقهم لما ترتضي قولا وفعلا كرما وارزقي كل حلالا دائما وأحقل أتقي علماء نهزى بالخير ونكفى كل شر ربنا أصلح لنا كل شؤون وأقر بالرضا منك العيون واقض عنا ربنا كل الديون قبل أن تأتينا الرسل المنون واغفر واستر أنت أكرم من ستر وصلاة الله تغشى المصطفى من إلى الحق دعانا والوفاء بكتاب فيه للناس شفاء وعلى الكرام الشرفاء وعلى الصحب مصابه الغرار اللهم اهدنا بهداك واجعلنا ممن يسارع في رضاك ولا تولنا وليا سواك ولا تجعلنا ممن خلف أمرك وعصاك وحسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العظيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعفو منكم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.